11 laps of magnificent Mugello in the Italian Grand Prix. It's sprint time. Lights go out. We are on the way. Looked like a good start from Pecco Bagnaia, but Marc Marquez also alongside him. Keep an eye on the KTM of Jack Miller from the second row of the grid. Bagnaia blocks him off. Miller might just be past. Who's that coming from miles back?
Is it Zarco?
I think it is Zarco going so deep into turn one. Oh,
someone's down.
I think it might have been Zarco. I'm not quite sure. Oh no, it is the Grassini bike of Alex Marquez.
On the front row of the grid, I don't know what happened there.
Is it with Zarco? Has there been a tangle there? Something on the outside of the racetrack? I'm not sure. But Alex Marquez has gone down at San Donato already, so it's Bagnaia leading. And from Marc Marquez in second place, who really took Miller's line down into turn one. Nowhere for Miller to go, and he had to sit up. And he's dropped back to fifth after a lightning start. Martin is third. Luca Marini has had an excellent start in fourth place. Marco Bezzecchi, second in the championship, is up into sixth.
Yeah, I think everyone's worst nightmare with Bagnaia getting the lead, but Marc Marquez is close to him. Sometimes can take Bagnaia a lap or two to get in a comfort zone to really settle down, so Marquez will have to try and make a move on him. Oh, it's getting tight down there.
Visor, that looked like spots of rain. There is spots of rain already early on in this race. I can't believe that the drama has started, and it's rain up at Scarperia and Pelagio, down into the Corontaio corner. I can't believe, look at this. Oh, Jack Miller attacking through at Corontaio corner. At the moment, Neil, you'd have to call this as mental rain. It's not going to affect adhesion just yet.
Yeah, the mental rain is, you can see it on your visor. The fact is the tarmac is so hot and so humid, as soon as the water hits it, it evaporates. So you see it on your visor, you feel like it's raining, but it's not raining heavy enough to affect the grip levels at this point.
The white flag's being waved, Neil, so the riders are allowed to come in and switch bikes. Definitely needs more rain up the hill. Oh, Marquez sandwiched by Miller and Marini on the outside. Incredible scenes here in Mugello.
Basically what happens, as soon as it starts to rain, you don't really want to lead because you're the first person to come across the wet part of the track. Keep your eye on Jack Miller, though. He loves these conditions. Always aggressive. The man who's just slipped back there into third place, always aggressive in these conditions.
The white flag with the red cross means spots of rain are falling on that section of the racetrack. The white flag means the riders can come in and switch on to a bike shop with wet weather tyres, but I just don't think there's enough rain at this moment in time. They're almost just going to have to dance around any damp areas they find on track and do what they can with these slick tyres. It's Martin who's taken advantage perhaps of a slight bit of concern from the championship leader in Pecco Bagnaia and take over at the front. Let's not forget Martin, winner of the sprint last time out in France.
Yeah, Mugello is a long lap, so it can be raining on a couple of the corners and dry on the others. Oh,
Miller wide there, also launching it into the corner. Luca Marini on the inside as Miller recovers out of San Donato. Jack Miller may well get one for that move on Marc Marquez on the switchback as well. He rejoins Miller in front of Zarco, Marquez in front of Espargaro. Binder's going to get a long lap. What do you think about that for Miller in there? And another one now from Binder.
I mean, we told you it was going to be an exciting race. We told you there was going to be some aggressive moves, but it's the weather conditions that's causing this. The lap times are slightly off. Riders are being ever so slightly hesitant, and if you are, it's pass or be pass.
And others aren't being hesitant. That's the thing, isn't it? Others with less to lose. So you think someone like Bagnaia might just have a little bit of a precaution out there. Others, meanwhile, are just throwing it into the corners, and I'm sure they'll take a close look at that one. Marc Marquez will serve that back with interest, I'm sure, on Jack Miller if he gets the chance. Down the home straight of Pecco Bagnaia, that factory Ducati. Has it just got the edge over Martin? No, it doesn't. Martin fires back in San Donato, but because Martin ran so deep, Bagnaia cuts back underneath, and Miller is recovering positions already in front of Johan Zarco there.
Look who's got into second place. So we've currently got the championship leader leading, and we've got Bezzecchi, who's worked his way through into second.
But there's other people I'm keeping an eye on. Johan Zarco in fourth place. Normally he's not got to fourth until it's too late in a race, so he's right in the mix. And Enea Bastianini, his first race of the year. Okay, he was in the sprint race for a couple of laps back in Portimao, but he got an injury on his shoulder blade. He's just come back on the factory Ducati this weekend, and he's the fastest rider on track in 8th place.
I think the fastest man is this man, Bezzecchi. He looks He looks like he wants to get past the championship leader, Francesco Bagnaia. Lap times are a good second a lap of what they can be doing. Like we said, I don't think the rain's affecting the grip. It is mental rain.
But that is a barrier to overcome,
of course
isn't it?
Of course it is, because you only find out the hard way. As in, oh, actually, no, it's wetter than I thought. I'm down.
Both Bagnaia and Bezzecchi very close to the green paint on the outside of that final corner before they run it through the entrance to pit lane down this supremely long straight. It is 0.7 of a mile, 1.1 kilometres. As Binder comes through on the inside of Miguel Oliveira, is going to sit up the Portuguese man. And we just had a new all-time top speed record. We said it was going to come, 366.1 kilometres per hour. That's 226 miles per hour for Brad Binder.
Ooh. Bet that felt fast.
In fact, it's maybe even 227. It's round and about.
Gav, it's the last lap, and I tell you what, Marco Bezzecchi is not quite close enough to let the brake off, but he needs to half. If he can half this gap, he's got a chance.
Where is it going to be then, Neil? If he is going to make a move on Bagnaia, has it got to be somewhere like Scarperia, Pelagio?
Yep, Scarperia is a good one, turn 10, but not at the, he has to be closer than he is.
I thought Zarco might have been thinking about a Casanova move down there. There have been some brilliant moves in the second part of this corner.
He could go here. This is the now. Go now. He's going, because you have to leave the door open now.
Arrabbiata one.
Just slightly too respectful.
I've got a feeling we've just lost Aleix Espargaro. He dropped off our timing screens. I think it's more a transponder error than anything else. He dropped down off our timing screens, but he's reappeared in 8th place. He has got through on Enea Bastianini.
Oh, I tell you what, Bagnaia was deep into Scarperia. He's aware that he's a chance to overtake.
Here we go then. Into Corantaio, into the Ducati corner, 4 Ducatis at the front of this race. Zarco trying to find the tiniest gap through on his teammate Jorge Martin into the Beyond ETSs for the final time. Blink and you miss it stuff as we come to see in sprint racing so far this season, and it's surely without a mistake here from Pecco Bagnaia. Don't run onto the green, exiting the final corner. Look at Zarco trying to line up a slingshot move onto the home straight. Oh, I'm not sure he's going to be able to hook it up. Here we go. Bagnaia to the line. He's going to win the sprint race. In second place, Bezzecchi, and the lighter man in Jorge Martin takes 3rd ahead of Johan Zarco. Luca Marini is 5th for an all Ducati top 5. Jack Miller takes 6th. Marc Marquez is 7th with Aleix Espargaro 8th, and Enea Bastianini on his comeback, picking up points in 9th. 10th is Fabio Quartararo. He'll be disappointed with that one to not pick any points. Brad Binder could come back only to 11th after his long lap loop, and further down the order, Oliveira, Maverick Vinales and the rest will be disappointed to have not scored today, but he's looked the class act all weekend, Neil. And unfortunately, when Bagnaia hits at the front of a race so early on, I know people got through on him, but it's hard to knock him off his perch.
No, absolutely. And again, like I said, especially here, it's a track, it's his favourite track. He knows it so well. Like I said, he can go around here literally with his eyes closed.